Hello everyone, welcome to today's lesson of drawing with Blizzard Ninja. Today we're still going to be going deep in understanding the foundations when it comes to drawing. So in front of me over here I've got multiple shapes. So I've got these balls, or let me just say I've got multiple objects. So I've got these balls over here. I've got a plane, I've got a radish, and then I've got an eggplant. So what I'll be teaching you today is breaking up and deconstructing shapes. In the last lesson we spoke about putting shapes together, constructing them to create an object. Now we're going to take an object and break it apart. The reason we're doing this is so that we can understand the foundations, once again the fundamentals, and understand exactly what is it that we're doing and what is it that we're drawing, so that because for you to be able to draw or to understand how to construct shapes, you also need to know how to break shapes in order for you to understand what builds those shapes together. So let's start with the balls. So right here I've got the basketball, I've got the soccer ball, sorry about that, I got the basketball, I got the soccer ball, I got the rugby ball, or some might call it a football, and I've got a tennis ball over here. So it's a basketball, a soccer ball, a football or rugby ball, and a tennis ball. Okay, so now it's the same story like what we spoke about. Let me change the color of my pencil so that you can at least see. I'm gonna make it green. No, let's make it pink. So that it's easier for you guys to understand. No, pink is not working. I want you guys to see exactly. I need like a bright color. Let's use light blue. Yeah, light blue is perfect. Okay, so same story like before. So we're gonna break up this object. So as you can see, we've got a circle there. Let me make it much proper. Let's focus on the basketball. Okay, so I'm constructing that line there, and I'm adding this line over here as well. So from this angle it looks more like an oval shape, but if we were to turn it around or maybe turn it flat, it's going to be a circle like that. So now since we've got this shape over here, if you were to cut the basketball in half, you would find two semicircles. So now I need to use maybe green. Sorry about that, that was absolutely weird. Okay, let's use green. So if I were to cut a basketball in half, what I will have is one semicircle. I'll have one semicircle over here, and then we'll have another semicircle on the other side. Let's make this one purple. And then we'd have this semicircle this side. So you understand? So that's what's going on right here. We've got this segment, and then we've got this segment. So basically what's happening over here is we are now understanding the forms, that for a sphere or a ball to be constructed, we need to put together a circle and another bigger circle around in order for it to resemble a ball or anything. But again, this will help you out when you're drawing in 3D and you're trying to define what you call this, and you're trying to show the hidden details. This is what you'd see if you're to cut a ball in half. You see what I mean? So if you're to cut it in half, this is what you'd see. You'd see this semicircle here and that semicircle there. Alright, same story with this. You'll get this semicircle here. or I don't know, whatever shape you wanna call it, but yeah, you'll get that half and you'll get this half. You see? So that's what you'll get when you cut the ball in half. And then we've got, so pretty much this, pretty much this shape as well, this ball follows the same principle as these two. It's not any different. And now with this, it's the same concept, but the only difference is now it's no longer a round ball. It's now an egg shape, or an ostrich egg shape. It depends on what you want to call it. It can be an egg shape, it can be an oval shape. It's up to you. So for to cut it in half, you would see this. We'll find a bowl. So you'll basically find a bowl. Anytime you cut this, a bowl in half, you'll find a bowl to put stuff in, you know. Same applies over here. Let me just get another color. I'm gonna use dark blue over here. Here's my other bowl. So what you will get is a bowl. If you guys like, you can call it a bowl of cereal, but anyway, yeah, this is what you'll get if you're to cut the shapes in half. Again, with this one, you can decide how you want to cut it. You can cut it like this. But this one, if you cut it this way or this way, you'll still get the same thing. But however, this one is ratherly strange and peculiar. I'll use other colors to indicate. I'm gonna use over here, let's use orange. Well, yeah, yellow. Yellow is very nice, vivid and bright, so let's use yellow. And then we're gonna cut it in half over here. So now let me just make this cut much more indicatable. All right. So as you can see, now we've got a cup. We've got a cup shape. You know, we've got a cup shape now. From a bowl shape, now we have a cup shape. You know, we've got a cup that you can drink out of. Now we can use pink. Not that I wanted to use pink, it's just pink is a very bright, vivid color. So you see, when you cut it in half like this, if we're to cut it like this section is a cup and that section is also a cup. So yes, that's how it is when you're breaking shapes apart, especially balls, basketball, soccer ball, tennis ball, and football or rugby ball, depending on where you're watching from. So yes, this is what you get when you break up balls. Why is this exercise important? Because with this exercise, if you meet a very complex character or you find a very complex character and all that, it's easier for you to understand it, because what you'll do is you'll break the character apart into pieces and then reassemble those pieces in order for you, and rebuild those pieces so that you can understand how the character was drawn. I'll demonstrate now with the characters I've drawn. I'll demonstrate now with the characters I've drawn. Just need to make sure that you guys understand exactly what's happening. over here we're going to use a plane now to break up shapes so that you can understand. So let's begin. So now with a shape, with the plane, I'm gonna cut it over there, and after cutting it, what do I get? I get a cylinder, a nice beautiful cylinder. I just cut the plane over there. So basically the whole purpose of this exercise is to break up complex shapes, including simple ones. You can break up simple shapes, and so that you can understand their form, and so that you can understand how to reconstruct them again. See, so I've got a cup there, I've got a cup there, and then over here I've got triangles. I just need to find a color to use. Let's use green. There's one triangle there. That's another triangle there. There's another triangle there. And here's another triangle there. So as you can see, all over here, of course, we've got cups. Let me just add those, well, the propellers or turbines, or whatever you guys want to call them, whatever you feel comfortable calling these shapes or these gizmos or devices. So as you can see, I even took this complex shape and I put it together, so then I broke it apart so that you can understand the different shapes that go into it. So we've got our little cup there, we've got our cylinder there, we've got another cup, triangles, all these green things are the triangles, and then we've got another cup. We've got two cups there. You understand? So this thing can't get any simpler. It's straightforward and very basic, because in order for you to understand, all you need to do is you have to break up the shapes. Now over here, this is the bottom view of the plane. Now this is the top view of the plane. Concept still applies. It's still the same. It won't change. We've got our triangles over here, but over here now it's a different scenario. It is triangular shape. It's just now it's a funny looking quadrilateral shape, or quad shape, or yeah, funny looking quadrilateral. So here you go. But the concept still applies. Whatever it is, that whichever shape you can spot, you just take out that shape. You point out that shape and be like, alright, it's quadrilateral, I see you. Or square-ish, rectangular-ish shape. You can call them whatever you want. It's a free space. Just always have fun. Just be free, Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel like, okay, no. Over here, I'm just gonna confuse you guys. So let me just create all the side ones in yellow. Then the top thing will do it with another color. Okay, so that's my first plane. Okay, those are the first things. Okay, I'm gonna use purple. Over here, let's use red, or this light red. Took out my cup right there. I'm gonna cut this one with the same color. And now it leaves us with a big cylinder there in the middle. And also guys, don't feel afraid. If you envision the aeroplane to be some kind of big fish, then so be it. It's a big fish, as long as if you can understand that what type of shape this is and how are you gonna construct it, and you have some kind of idea of how to construct that shape, then do it. Whatever way you understand it, whether it's a shark, whether it's a fish, whether it's shapes, as whether it's lines, it's up to you how you understand it, because the way you will draw is not the same way I will draw. I'll draw differently, you guys will draw differently too. So that's basically the gist of it. Okay, no, wait, let me attach these. Let me point out these shapes. This one can literally be anything that you want it to be. See, triangles. You're seeing triangles over there. Because you know, one thing you guys have to remember is that when you draw, always have fun. You know, because it's a fun exercise. Just don't draw under pressure. Always have fun, because it's like a meditation stage or a meditation exercise, because you're basically one with who you are. You're one with yourself. And don't rush the creative process, don't force it. What you should do is just feel free and let the pencil guide you. Let the pencil guide you. You know? Well, of course, you are the master of the pencil, but at the same time, let the pencil guide you. Over here, these are our cylinders. It's just, I don't want to kind of destroy the triangle, so I'm just doing the best I can so that you guys can see. So as you can see, I pointed it, I separated the shapes that I saw, and if I were to put them together, I would have my plane. You understand? The wheels are pretty much self-explanatory. It's the same as the balls. Now let's talk about the much more organic shapes, the vegetables. Same concept, nothing different. So as I was saying, what you should do is, if you feel overwhelmed, just draw children's art, like the small exercises of just taking shapes, like random shapes, and just breaking them apart for you to understand what's going on, or to you can even use this exercise to just calm yourself down. Whenever you feel like you're under pressure, you're overwhelmed, you just calm yourself down by practicing this exercise, or where you're just breaking apart different shapes or just identifying different shapes. That will basically get your spirit back on, because art block, it's a thing, but at the same time you can easily overcome that by doing children's art or children's exercises, because when you're a kid you drew for fun, you never drew for anything serious. So keep to that concept, you know. With the leaves, the leaves are just circles that have been shaped in different various ways, you know, because it follows a certain round pattern. So yes, so you just do children's artwork or children's exercises, such as now with this whole identifying, and then you won't have much art block. You won't have art block whatsoever. You'll just draw for fun and put whatever you've learned to use, and yeah, that's about it. Because here's the thing, if you put yourself under pressure and stuff, you're not gonna enjoy the craft, and then you're just gonna hate it. So don't let yourself hate what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy drawing, just draw for the fun of it. Draw for the fun of it. Don't draw because you're trying to because your friend did something nicer than yours, and now you feel like you're gonna be overwhelmed. You feel like, this is not for me or anything, or maybe it gets glazed or praised. Your time will come. Just draw for you to have fun, draw for you to understand, and draw for you to learn. Because practicing difficult, complex things every single day, it's what's gonna get you to be the better version of yourself. You understand? So consistency is key. So yeah, if not me uploading episodes every day, I'll upload episodes every week. Videos every week, so that I can be here to train you guys and teach you guys to be able to draw much more calmly and much more freely, so that you don't feel like the world is crushing you and whatever. And feel free to drop whatever you'd like in the comment section. You can just let me know. You can just have any questions in the comment section. I'll answer them with one of my videos. Any questions that you guys might have, any queries, you can just drop it into the comment section and ask your question, and I'll definitely answer. I'll definitely answer. Yes. So just feel free to communicate with me. Feel free to talk. Feel free to open up. Even if you have what you call this thing, even if you feel like the world is overwhelming you, you feel overwhelmed when it comes to you expressing yourself with your drawings, just come and just watch my videos, or come and talk to me, or like in the comment section, and then let me know that no, this is what's happening. Just let me know that this is what's happening, and this and that, and I'll be sure to guide you and to advise you and tell you just do this, do that, do this, do that, and that way, yeah, you'll pretty much be a much better version of yourself. Because what I don't want is for you guys to fall in the perfection paradox, where instead of you doing something to enrich yourself, you want to do something to enrich another person. The world, or what you should learn and what you should always remember, is always, and I mean always, be free with yourself and have fun. So yes, over here with the when it comes to the eggplant, I've separated my bell shape. So this is a bell shape over here. It's a little bell, so it's a bell there, and it's another bell here. So yeah, always remember that. Try to find the easiest shape, or the easiest thing that it might resemble, and go crazy and just have fun and be like, yes, this is what I spot. When I look at this is what I see. When I look at that's what I see. You understand? So that's basically the whole gist of it when it comes to deconstruction shapes. And now let's talk about characters now. So this is one of my popular art pieces. I have it posted on TikTok and on my second YouTube channel. It's called IL Animation Productions. So that's where I posted this. On that channel, I'm currently working on an animated episode. So I'll be dropping my first episode on the 10th of April on that channel. But over here, I'm just going to be teaching you guys how to draw and all that. So yeah, this is one of the main characters of the series, but we'll dive into that next time. Right now, I'm just showing you how to deconstruct shapes. So like what we discussed previously with construction shapes, what you're doing is you're breaking them apart, you're identifying. So remember when I taught you how to draw a head, I taught you that you have to put a circle together and a line, another line, etc. So That's the thing when it comes to deconstructing. You have to pull out those shapes. So you see there's a circle there, you know, the circle there, and then here's another, then there's a line, right? There's a line right there, and then there's this shape right here. Okay, wait, let me fix this quickly because I realize I'm drawing on the layer of the drawing and I'm not drawing on a separate layer itself, so it's not gonna be easy to switch it off. Okay, there we go. So start again. So yes, so this is my circle, right? Then that's my circle, that's a line. After that, I'm basically following whatever I've drawn. I'm following it and I'm basically trying to pull out the shapes that I see. So this looks like an organic cup type of shape, you know, this looks like a whole cup situation right there. Here's the cup, you understand? That's the whole cup situation. You can even add that if it makes you feel better, to actually make it resemble like a cup. Over here you can say it's a soccer ball, you can say it's a basketball, you can say it's two balls that we put together. Just have fun with this. So those are the shapes for the head. Let me use another color for the neck. With the neck over here I've got a cylinder. So okay, just gonna add that and that so that at least it's much simpler. Okay, so I've got my cup shape, my oval shape, my cylinder shape. Then I use red. Okay, now I'm gonna pull out the shape over here. So over here guys, what I have is a bag of flour. I'm looking at a bag of flour here. I'm looking at a bag of flour. For it to actually pop, there we go. I see a bag of flour there. Yes, this is my bag of flour. You know, when I draw these bodies and stuff, I always picture and envision a bag of flour. So you see, that's my bag of flour right there. Then of course this is a circle. This is an oval, and the rest of the other shapes are just self-explanatory, you know, such as the wings, oval shaped. But the most important things for the building blocks that I wanted to show you are these. And let me do the arms because some people struggle with the arms. Let's make the arms pink. And no guys, pink is not my favorite color. I'm just using pink because pink pops. All right, cylinder. Can use orange over there. So there we are. So can you see And now let's talk about the hands. And this one, guys, this one is very, yeah, the whole hand situation, it's very difficult, I'm not gonna lie. Not that I'm not scaring you guys. I'm here for us to break up the hand, so that at least we can see. And in the future, I'll always bring this up, the whole breaking shapes thing, so that you guys can understand. So over here I've got my square or my quad shape. If I want, I can make it a box. But approach this in any way that makes you feel comfortable. Don't feel pressure, don't feel overwhelmed. Just because your friend is drawing better hands does not mean you suck or you're terrible. You just have to understand the fundamentals and the basics. Don't feel threatened, because the moment you feel threatened, that's when you won't enjoy the craft. So always enjoy the craft. Don't worry about what your friend does or what your friend did. Alright. Then I got my triangle there. Alright. Triangle, gonna make that right, and then we're gonna make over here. I'm doing my level best to avoid pink as much as possible, because I mean not pink, green as much as possible, since the character's primary color is green. Alright, so over there we've got like a little cup, for the thumb. And then let's focus on the parts that we can see, but let's just pretend there was a finger here. So the finger would also follow the same contour lines. The reason why people struggle with hands is because hands are a very much more complicated subject, because it's multiple complicated shapes put together at one to make the hand. But again, the most important thing is you should not be afraid to use references. References are very important, guys, I promise you. And no, it's not cheating. You're not cheating. What you're doing is you're learning, you're improving. It's not cheating, trust me. The big people use yes, the big people use I'm losing my train of thought. They use little shapes to build the bigger ones. So as you can see, for the fingers I've got cylinders. You see, I've got like 3 cylinders. Two cylinders, and then the third one is a cup. So that's the thing when it comes to drawing hands. This is what you should basically understand. You should understand that you break up the hands in basic shapes, or whatever you're drawing to basic shapes. Then and only then can you actually construct them together and all that, with different poses and stuff, because again you're positioning them in different ways. Now, same story again when it comes to this character here. Got my sphere, constructing the head. You understand? And then yeah, now since we've got that, so yeah, we've got a little triangle shape there. Body, same concept. The bag of maize, not maize, the bag of flour. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, the bag of flour. Okay, I want you guys to see it. Let's use blue. So here we are, my bag of flour. As you can see, the bag of flour there. Arms and legs, same chief, guys. It's not anything new, same story. Let me design the leg. Let me create let me point out this, because the last one doesn't have legs since I didn't draw them in. Okay, now I'm gonna have to use green. I don't have another option. And there we go. Hands is the same story, guys, the very same story, but I'll break it down for you just now. I just wanna point out something else that you guys need to consider, because I know sometimes you're gonna get stuck here and there. So for you to not get stuck, I'm gonna show you a trick. So whenever you're drawing legs, what you should do is you should consider that it's a bowl or it's either an ice cream cone, and then this will attach, obviously, to the leg will attach to that through that circle object. So that's basically it. So whenever you need to create legs, they always connect to this thing. It's known as the pelvis, but yeah, the pelvis for a guy, it's called the crutch. But yeah, that's the gist of it. All right, let's make the color purple, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on drawing hands now. Same concept, nothing changed. Square, and then we make it 3D. So this is where the fingers will attach, that's where the thumb will attach. So now with the thumb, let me make it a different color. And there we go. There we go. So same thing, I'm attaching all of that there. So that's the thing when it comes to hands. Always imagine it to be robotic. Always imagine it to be robotic. So there's my 3D shape. Okay, over here I'm just gonna wing it at this point so that at least you guys can see what's going on. So once again, go crazy, just have fun. Have fun deconstructing and constructing different shapes. And I promise you, you will enjoy your time. So same thing for the people who need further clarity. So as you can see, same thing, same thing. It's not any different. It's still the same thing, still the same principle. All the principles apply. So that's how you break up a character. So if I were to do that and turn this off, as you can see, I got my mapping correct. You understand? So there's nothing much to it. It's just basic understanding shapes and forms. See, same story with this character over here. Same story with this character that I drew here. You understand how to put him together. So basically you get where I'm going with this. So that's how it is. You just have to point out the different shapes. You have to pull them out and be like, okay, this is that, this is that, this looks like this looks like this, and then you put it together, and I promise you, that's how you'll understand how to draw. That's how you'll understand how to draw, and that's how you'll become good, and you'll become the best. Well, you'll become good. The best for you, you have to, well, to become the best is not impossible. You just need to be very determined, and you need to, every day you need to put time in, and you need to put in effort, and only then you become the best. So that's basically pretty much the gist of today's lesson. If you guys like the drawings that I did, if you guys like the drawings that I did, I posted them on my TikTok channel. My TikTok channel is Blizzard Ninja. I posted them again on my YouTube channel where I'm releasing the episode. It's called IL Animation Productions. And then the name of the cartoon I'm working on is called Sunny and the Shadow Squad. Yeah, Sunny and the Shadow Squad. So I'm releasing it in April 10th. And if you like the cover page, so this is the cover page, basically the whole thing. So yeah, so that's basic. So that's the whole gist of the lesson that I was teaching today. And if you like more content like this, just remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for any time I upload my videos. Yes, so just ring the notification bell, subscribe, like, share, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.